a normal little boy!
You're supposed to talk with God.
You shoot the animal and you kill it. That's what the rifle is for. Kill it.
Forced by his father to shoot and kill a rabbit as a small boy, Nick Cross's Harlan is now an emotionally damaged and lonely young man struggling to navigate and survive the cold and often cruel world of his rural hometown. But just when it seems he might actually survive this period of his young life, things quickly go from bad to much, much worse in White Rabbit. I'm Cinematico Magnifico of AmoralCrackpot.com, and welcome to the Nightly Chill. Despite it being labeled as a drama rather than horror, White Rabbit is still reminiscent of Stephen King stories such as Carrie and Rage. What with how it focuses on young people plagued by personal demons and driven to drastic violent behavior in small-town America. And it does so while avoiding many, if not necessarily all, of the pitfalls to be found in such stories. A big reason for this is how, aside from one glaring exception, the movie never reduces its characters to simplified caricatures. Harlan himself is not some simple victim of bullying, but the result of a real, complex environment that is not entirely abusive, but very much unhealthy to proper mental and emotional development. His often drunk and drug-addled father isn't some unemployed wife-beater, but rather a damaged man who still cares for and loves his son, despite his inability to recognize his treatment of Harlan as harmful rather than playful. And the pretty but troubled girl who falls for Harlan is self-aware of her troubled behavior, and that the two of them together, while comforting and enjoyable, is a dangerous combination. Most of all, Harlan's emotional descent and eventual rampage is fortunately proved to be due to a number of factors rather than a single moment, personal defect, or some other simple rationale. Far too often these sorts of movies have otherwise good-hearted characters pushed too far by a world dead set on being unreasonably cruel to one individual, with this person snapping once they've stands all they can stands and they can't stands no more. This usually reduces the character and their plight to some divine punishment set upon a wicked populace, like some modern analog for the biblical tale of Sodom and Gomorrah. The movie no longer cares about the character's painful and tragic emotional journey, but the well-earned wrath their tormentors now suffer. White Rabbit manages to keep the focus on Harlan from beginning to end, without ever leaving us to feel that his final actions are somehow justified. Understandable, yes, but not at all justified. White Rabbit isn't without its issues, of course. Some of these include the dated notion that comic books and rock music are the sole bastion of troubled teens. The cliched wicked voices in Harlan's head as his mind begins to slip are visually represented in an inappropriately comedic manner, and the movie's final moments are somewhat tarnished by an unnecessary surreal twist, one frequently hinted at throughout the movie through a voiceover dialogue exchange between Harlan and some yet unknown character. While not the most balanced or well-shot movie that tackles this sort of subject matter, White Rabbit is easily one of the more emotionally charged and sincere. It could stand to be a bit more subtle in a few key areas. For the life of me, I can't understand the massive prosthetic buck teeth one actor was forced to wear in this movie, but the final result is a grounded, terrifying cautionary tale that is every bit as engaging as its performances, and one that proves that real-life horror can be every bit as powerful as those with the supernatural twist. And that's why, for those looking for a solid character drama, but especially those who can handle such dark subject matter, I suggest you watch it. Though I still believe those that might normally avoid such material should still add it and give White Rabbit a chance when they have the opportunity. You can follow Amoral Crackpot on Facebook and Twitter, and also be sure to leave any questions, comments, and suggestions for future reviews in the comments section below, and maybe discuss today's movie at greater length. On the next episode of The Nightly Chill, we'll be taking a look at Disney's Zootopia, in which a young bunny by the name of Judy Hopps dreams of becoming a police officer in the massive metropolis known as Zootopia. But even in a big city where anything can happen, Judy will have to overcome unfair stereotypes and low expectations to prove she's more than capable of making her own dreams come true. But until then, I'm gonna make like a tree and get out of here.